Vice President Jagdeep Dhankar has resigned. Yes, you heard that right. And the big question on everyone's mind is why? Well, in his resignation letter to President Draupadi Murmu, Dhankar said that he's stepping down with immediate effect to focus on his health and follow medical advice. But here's the catch. His term was supposed to end in the year 2027, and his resignation comes 2 years early. And it's got everyone asking, is this really just health or is there more to the story? Well, there's no political angle mentioned in the letter, but the timing has raised eyebrows across political spectrum. So what happens next? Who takes over now? Technically, there's no acting vice president under the constitution. But since the vice president is also the chairman of the Rajya Sabha, the deputy chairman, that is Harivansh Narayan Singh, will preside over the house in his absence. Now, unlike the president's post, which must be filled within 6 months, there's no fixed deadline for electing a new vice president. The only requirement? Well, the election must be held as soon as possible. The Election Commission will decide the schedule under the 1952 Presidential and Vice Presidential Elections Act. The new vice president, when elected, will serve a full 5-year term, not just the remainder of Dhankar's tenure. But how is the vice president elected? Well, it's done by the members of parliament from Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha. MLAs, they don't vote. But nominated MPs, they can also vote. Now, voting takes place in the Parliament House, New Delhi, by secret ballot using the single transferable vote system. Here's how it works. MPs rank candidates in order of preferences, first, second, and so on. Now, every MP's vote has equal value. To win, a candidate must reach a quota. This is calculated by dividing the total number of valid votes by 2 and then adding 1. So if no candidate crosses the quota in the first round, the one with the fewest first preference votes is eliminated, and their votes is transferred to the remaining candidates based on second preferences. The process continues till one candidate crosses the quota. The candidate must at least be 35-year-old, qualified to be elected to the Rajya Sabha, and registered as an elector in any parliamentary constituency. He or she also has to be a citizen of India and not hold any office of profit under the central or state governments, except roles like president, governor, or minister. Now, with Dhankar stepping down, all eyes are on the race ahead. Who will NDA back? And what's the opposition, India bloc planning? The battle for India's second highest office has just begun.